We've all searched. We've all searched for light, day and day of night. We've all found the same old fight. We've all run for things you know just ain't right. There's a better life. There's a better life. There's a better life. If you got pain, he's a pain taker. If you feel lost, and he's a way maker. If you need freedom and saving, he's a prison shaking savior. If you got chains, he's a chain breaker. Alright, do you believe it? If you believe it, you receive it. If you can't feel, somebody testify. If you believe it, you receive it. If you can't feel it, somebody testify, testify. If you believe it, you receive it. If you can't feel it, somebody testify. If you got pain, he's a pain taker. If you feel lost, well, he's a way maker. You need freedom, saving. He's a prison shaking savior. If you got pain, he's a chain breaker. You mean leave this? Nice. Are you cool? Are you cool to lead this year? Because I mean, this will.
Yeah.
If it's not one thing, it's another. I didn't put the lyrics up tonight. Good thing you guys know it by heart. We only sing it every week. Come on, get it together, people, would you? How's it going? Good to see everybody. Oh, thanks. I was gone last week if you didn't notice. It's hard to notice when I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I'm nobody, really, when it all comes down to it. But, bunch of Brady, yippee! So welcome to another night of Chainbreakers. If you don't know where you are, that's where you're at. Most of you guys, looks like everybody's been here before. So just another great week. Super happy to be here. Man, what a beautiful week in Minnesota this week. It's the reason why we live here right now is for weather like this. Today is a little warm, but it's all good. It's going to be snowing in a month or two or so. Nothing worse than somebody coming in and going, it's so hot. It's going to be snowing soon. Come on, peeps. So yeah, just good to see everybody. Thanks for everybody who's reached out, you know, whatever. My pops passed away about a week ago. So I'm dealing with that. It is a blended family, and some of you guys know my story, some of you guys know the background, and it's sad when there's drama when someone passes away. I mean, it's like, so I'm trying to just ask the Lord, because we had to go on vacation last week, so good time to die, Dad, right before I'm about to go on vacation. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that insensitive, but it was, we kind of knew he was 69. He was a little unhealthy towards the end. He should have died. The devil wanted him dead over and over again. 20 years ago, he had a brain aneurysm. He'd been good ever since then, but yeah, he was in the hospital for like a month and a half. So the devil really wanted him put down then, but by the grace of God, he got out of it. He actually got baptized in 2013. I didn't even know that. So my sister sent me those pictures. So, man, I'll probably be running into him again one day. I hope. I mean, that's the hope that we have, right? We're not the judge. So, I mean, at the end of the day, had some good talk with Jake about that too, you know, and it's all good. Like, Sarah's like surprised at how well I'm handling it, and you know, not that I haven't cried or not that I'm not sad, you know, all that. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, when you put down 20-year-old kids and then you got a 69-year-old dude who lived life to the fullest and would not want you being sad when he passes away, I mean, you got to do the best you can, be there for the people who are still here. So just be thinking about me and praying about me. His service is on Saturday. I'm kind of like not involved, so it's kind of weird. Like, and, you know, I'm like I just haven't been reached out to about anything, so I'm just preparing what I have to prepare, and I know the Spirit will lead. He's got a mission for me. When I had a friend pass away that I grew up with, and it was kind of random, kind of sudden, and I went to her funeral, and I was by myself, and I was nervous because I've been going through sobriety. I've been doing this thing with Christ. People see it. People see it on Facebook. They talk to you a little bit different. They look at you different, but you're still the same dude, right? They kind of want to analyze you, that type of thing. So I was a little nervous, prayed about it a lot. But I go to this funeral, and I've said this story here before, but they get this rent-a-pastor. Dude, 1-800-pastor.com or whatever. And this guy comes in. He's late. You bum. Come to a funeral late? So then he comes late, and then he was just kind of, hey guys, when someone dies, it's really bad. So anyways, I'm sitting there then. This other dude gets up there who said, because she was dating another dude that we grew up with, right? So this other knucklehead gets up there and says, yeah, well, I had her first. And then it turns into like this, it was stupid. I've never had this experience since then, but I'm sitting here in a group of my peers that I grew up with, and the Lord is saying, you're getting your butt up there. And I'm like, dude. I'm even getting weird thinking about it right now, and I'm like, I don't really want to get up there. I didn't really plan to get up there, but this dude ain't even talking about Christ. I mean, even at this point in the game in my walk with Christ, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing the next thing, right? The next thing I felt God was leading me to do. So this girl goes on, and she was all crying, and I don't even know how well she really knew her, but I get up there, and I'm like, you guys, like she had 2 little kids. They're sitting in the front row looking at me. Her mom's looking at me, and her mom got put through heck because, she was a wild child, but she was still a good kid. And I get up there, and I'm just like, you guys, this is the time that we need to seek God. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I said to her mom, and to be honest, I don't even know what I said. It was all God speaking through me. And I got done, I was all hot and sweaty and all weird. Like, whenever you pray over somebody and all of a sudden, not just because your arm's tired, because you're holding there so long, but like you start getting sweaty and hot, like you just feel, at least I have. I don't know about anybody else, but I got this weird, and so as I'm walking down, I remember this in front of everybody, probably twice as many people as this, and I walk down, and the pastor's looking at me, and he's like, thanks, bro. Like, kind of like, oh, thanks, man. And then the mom comes up to me just sad, like, did she know that you knew God, And I'm like, I don't think so, like, because I kind of kept my distance after, she was kind of wilding out. And so, anyways, that was kind of my experience at the funeral. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I mean, like I say, So, that, it's all good, and it's all, God already knows what's going to happen. So, whether, I don't know, man, but it's all good. So I'm grateful to be here. It's a busy week. So back to chainbreakers. Dinners are going to be served throughout the rest of this month. So however many weeks we have in September, 3, 4. So after September, I think we're pretty much going to be in here the whole time, from what I know, which is great. I like being down here. I'm grateful for this place. Chainbreakers basket is in the back, right under the M in the community. It's the Change for Chains. So any donations tonight are going to go to Family Baptist. They're going to be speaking for us the next couple weeks. So if you could donate, that'd be great. Pastor Jason is his name, from Family Baptist. I know a few of you guys are going there. He's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. He's been here before too, right? He's a tall dude with glasses. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for him. Then in October 7th through the 9th, so it's like a Friday to Sunday, it's a men's retreat, and it's called Marked Men for Christ. So Don's mentioned it. I was supposed to pull something up today. Dang. So I don't have anything to show you, but I got the next best thing. I got a testimony from my brother Kenneth about Marked Men for Christ. Come on, pal. Did you know you were going to tell us about Marked Men for Christ today?
Yeah. Hey, man, give me a hug. Sorry to hear about you. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, Marked Men for Christ is a 44-hour weekend men's retreat from Friday at 5 p.m. until Sunday at 1. And so, I just encourage anybody to go that wants to go. I think it's for every man in here. They do have a women's retreat that they do where it's all women. but this specific weekend is for the guys. And so if you want to learn more about it, I would definitely encourage that you go on YouTube, type in Mark Men for Christ, watch a video. It's going to blow your mind. In order to go, you do have to go online to markedmenforchrist.org and sign up. We're not going to be doing any sign-ups here. Don's not doing sign-ups. Brady's not doing sign-ups. I'm not. You have to go online to markedmenforchrist.org and sign up. There is a place for you to donate and pay some money if you find it in your heart and you have the finances to do it. I would encourage, if you can, even if it's $20, do that, because it is it's a fantastic, phenomenal time. You will not regret it. This is for Chris back there. You're not going to be fishing. The same.
Yes, I will.
After.
There's nighttime, bro.
Yeah. Afterwards, you'll have some opportunities to do that. But this is a rigorous look into yourself and how you can stretch yourself and your belief and relate that to the struggle and to the sacrifice that Jesus Christ made on the cross. I highly encourage it. I went through it. Brother Jerry Exum here went through it. For me, it was transformational. I could go on and on and on about it.
Are you coming this time?
I am coming this time. So there's 3 parts to it. This first 44-hour weekend is called P1. After that, there's some follow-up classes that you can take, P2 and P3. And I've been all through all 3, so technically I could go as a volunteer and facilitate you guys as you guys are there. And I could do that, but I love the P1 so much that I'm going to go through it again. And this is real fellowship, real brotherhood together for Jesus Christ. So check out the video, go on YouTube, go to markmenforchrist.org and sign up. Please sign up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, the anything that I've ever done that is going to help me in my walk with Christ, I've never regretted. Anytime I've done something, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't know if I want to go hang out with a bunch of dudes and pray all weekend. It's weird. And so, I mean, granted, when you go through this walk, the first time I sat in a hotel with a few guys and we just prayed for an hour, and then you hear someone getting off the elevator, ding! You're like, all right, what's going on here? But it seems weird, but it helps grow you, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. So check it out. Come hang out with us. I'll be there. Chris will be there. Are you going?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so markedmenforchrist.org.
Yes.
And,
If you don't go, you're going to regret it.
well, and I'm pretty sure Don's paying anyways, so.
It's October 7th.
Can I give y'all a shout out?
Yep.
Can I give the newlyweds a shout out? Can I give the newlyweds a shout out? Now it's too late. Give it up. Come on. No? It's like you already been married? It's a wrap? Ed's tired. All right. Moving on. Congrats, y'all. Look beautiful, man. Y'all were killing it. When I got married, I wore a white tux, and people were like, shame on you. You wear a white tux. You're trying to outshow the bride. I'm like, you kidding me? We're going to be up there killing it. Worry about yourself. Wear your black tux. No offense to anybody who wore a black tux. But I like it. He was red, right? Pink. Pink's a shade of red. Anywho, moving on. Proud of you guys, though. Way to go. It looked amazing. All right. Gordy's got an announcement.
Yep.
Almost forgot.
Almost forgot the main man.
I want to thank you guys publicly we're doing a shoe drive for Little Earth. That's a Native American community in South Minneapolis. I've been going there for 2 summers now, and I really got to know the parents, the grandmothers, and the kids. And also want to thank Kenneth. Also, I've been taking bikes over there too, giving to the kids. I think I took over 50 bikes this summer. Woo! In the Lord, two Sundays ago, I forgot to mention this last Thursday. This little girl, she come from a family of 12, 6 years old. I gave her, her brother, and another girl a bike Sunday Monday, this little girl gets shot. She's 6 years old. Thank the Lord, the bullet grazed her leg. And so anyway, there's a lot going on in our city, period. Not just Little Earth, North Minneapolis, all over the city. There's a lot of bad things. And that's what the Lord want to use us for, to bring that light to this community. And so I saw that little girl this past Sunday. Me and Kenny went over to drop some more bikes off, and she was there and just smiling. I said, wow, I got to take a picture with you. And so I took a picture with the little girl. And but anyway, tomorrow, every Friday, we meet at ICCM. That's a ministry in South Minneapolis, 1812 Park Avenue. And so we're going to take those shoes. So I want to publicly thank you guys, the ones who donated shoes. We had over 80 names. I'm sure we got well over 100 pair of shoes is going tomorrow. So if you're free tomorrow, 6 o'clock, we meet at ICCM, 1812 Park Avenue. Come out and hang out with us. If not, thank you for those shoes. Pray that the Lord allow us to speak the gospel tomorrow before we give those shoes. But I also, because I got this message I was going to give for the little kids. And so anyway, Cheryl, I said that right? Came up to me and she made 80 of these. I don't know if you can see this.
My gosh. Wow.
And so this one right here got a pair of shoes written on there. And the verse, 2 Corinthians 5:7, Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Follow me and never walk in darkness, but have the light of the life. Amen. I don't know what version that is. And it says, we love you in God's love. And so we got this glow in the dark cross on there. Let's give Cheryl a hand because I wasn't expecting that. Thank you for that. She made 80 of them. And so initially we had 80 tickets. And so we're going to use that tomorrow. I don't know if you ever been shopping for shoes for kids. Oh, man, I went shopping the other day. Me and my friend, we was in there for 2 hours. I could not figure out the size of kids' feet. So you got toddler, you got youth. So anyway.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. I know.
Oh, it was so I got this chart right here now. Went to DSW today and finally got where you can measure the kids' feet. So we're going to do that when we get there. But thank you guys for those shoes. The Lord is going to use it. We're praying for a harvest, not only in Minneapolis, but also in Little Earth. We're making headway there. They love us. They appreciate that we're coming out because we've been consistent. Anything that the Lord has called you to do, be consistent in it until the Lord calls you to do something else. I've been going to Little Earth for 2 years. My great-grandfather, and this is not the reason why I go, but my great-grandfather was part Native. And so there's a connection there. But even in North Minneapolis, St. Paul, wherever you at, we ought to be giving the gospel. Jesus said in Matthew 10:45, and I'm sitting down, even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and give his life a ransom for many. That's what we're here for. We're here to glorify Jesus Christ and serve other people. So pray that these shoes go a long way in presenting the gospel to Little Earth. Thank you. Yep.
Oh man, appreciate you for that, man. We really were gonna go out there, and then now with this stuff with my dad, we're not gonna be able to make it. But yeah, no, thanks you guys. That's amazing stuff, and I know those kids are blessed to have you, man. See Gordy pulling up in the Camry. Never seen kids run up to a black dude's car so fast, pop his trunk, go through the candy in there. Crazy, legal, crazy. All right, so every week we like to have someone share their story. This week it's gonna be a little different. So he's gonna let the Spirit lead. So he's just gonna kind of wrap us up. You got till 8 o'clock. Jeff's gonna introduce him. He's had a little chat, but go ahead and come up here and introduce our speaker.
All right, I feel like I need to introduce myself. I'm Jeff. I've been coming for a couple months. I work with Don. I've got a story. I'm not going to tell you mine tonight, but I'm in a good. I love. This is great. You're my people, and I'll tell you why eventually. But only by the grace of God, love to hear about Christ. What I noticed about Dave, and we just met, is that's the connection. I don't care that I don't know your last name. And it doesn't even matter that we both have a guitar, but we love Jesus, and I could tell. We sparked off on some of my past is just sexual sin and the bondage of that, all that comes with that, but God has freeing me from that. And I'm excited to hear from your story, from your life, from whatever you got going on. So come on, Dave, and bring it. So.
Give him a big chainbreakers welcome. So yeah, I mean, you
I
could.
don't know here, what if I want to. I'm not sure what to do. I got a guitar, and I know Steve Peterson there. So I'm like the first time person here, so I'm kind of looking around and what's going on? And I could go kind of a number of different directions. You think like 8 o'clock? I think you guys have done like 4 or 2.
Hey, if you want to get everybody out of here early, they might like you. They might want you to come back and speak.
The guest speaker says, comes in, he asks the pastor, well, how long can I speak? You know, and the pastor says, well, you can speak as long as you want, but we leave it. We got a pastor in here, right?
They tell us what time the service starts, but they don't say when it ends.
So I can do songs, I can, so I play in prisons, and so Steve's heard our band. Usually I'm standing up when I'm playing, I want to sit down. I can share the missions, things that I've done. I've been in Little Earth a bunch. I started a hockey program twice in Little Earth. I'm around a hockey ministry. 2 times I went in there and did a skating program. I haven't been there for some time now. Or what God's working with me, what He's teaching me. So I don't kind of know. My leader died. Someone else, who was it that someone was sitting with somebody? I think it was you. That you had you were tearing up because your mentor had just, or I don't know if he just died or not, but he was really important for you.
Right. Ron Paul.
You guys know him at all? And it was so, how long ago did he die? Or is he still alive?
No, his wife had passed away.
Okay,
That's
so he's
why
still alive.
Well, he was from Oak Grove, yeah.
So he's still
Well, he
alive
didn't
then?
leave because she died. It just worked out with his daughter. He went to the Venus.
Okay, so he's still alive, right?
Yep.
Yet he had a big impact on you. To when we were just sitting there, and he started breaking up, just sharing a little bit about this man and the impact that he had for you, right?
Yep.
My leader just died. I had 2 main leaders. I've been in ministry since 1980, and I have 2 main men. And Mark Patton with Okanto, which is a mission organization. I was with them for 25 years, and he died 2018. And the other minister I was with is Overcomers, which is a native-led ministry. And I was with them since '87, and that was Gordon Thayer, native man from Wisconsin. He died Friday. So I've lost both my 2 headships of my life and ministry for all the years. And that's like, well, now what? Or what? Hold it. Who? You know? And I can talk a little bit about this man who just died, Gordon Thayer, native man. I can talk a little bit now, but when we knew he was dying, and I couldn't talk about the guy. I'd start to say like a half a sentence, and I couldn't really do it. And I'm going, boy, this is a deep thing here about the impact and the importance that this man had in my life. So you've got that, but I think not just you and me. We could go around the room.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And isn't one of the things going on here? You're thinking. Yeah. Is it one of the things that go on here with this group that you've got mentor, mentee?
Yep.
Okay. Who's who with who? Do we have some of those partnerships in here?
Don's kind of a dad to everybody. Well, Dude's just amazing.
You've done some of that though, haven't you? What have you done?
Well, I'm meeting weekly with a fellow that's now in Teen Challenge.
You meet weekly with him. Yep. Have you? Some of you been mentored by someone? What do you got?
My brother-in-law.
Is mentoring you, or did?
Mentored me for over 30 years. He's been my mentor since the day I fled.
How about
30
that?
Years ago. He's still with me today.
Pretty cool thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Gordon Thayer, the native man, I can talk a little bit here. So, he, I can't- he was a prominent man in the native community and over off Franklin Avenue and everything. That's where our offices were and everything. And they used to ask him, native people would ask him to do the funerals a lot of times. And so he did bunches of them, and he would call me and to come and partner with him. And he played music, but he was kind of just hack away. And so he'd ask me to do the songs. And so I did a lot of funerals with him, and we did them in Canada. I go to native communities in northern Canada, above the roads, most of them. So I'm family with native people, family, 40 years of it. And so we'd go all over. And one of the songs that he would want me to sing, he'd do Angel Band. And Angel Band is, I actually first heard Emmylou Harris sing that years ago. And it's someone singing that they're dying, and they can see, or they know the angels are coming to get them. And so I was saying that many times at funerals. And now here comes Gordon's funeral. And I sang that as his funeral. I could hardly hold it together. I had to make sure I was ready, because I'm going to do this song, and I go, nah, I can't do it yet. And I kind of got recalibrated, and I did it. So we have those really meaningful, purposeful, special times, deep stuff that God gives us, and he just gave me that here I'm singing this song at my leader's funeral when we had done it together so many years. I'm a mentor I've been a mentor with Prison Fellowship, and I've been involved with the Prison Fellowship program in Lino Lakes since it started in 2002. So I mentored gobs of guys inside prison and then out to. So I'm familiar with the mentor-mentee thing. It's a cool deal. One of the reasons I like about that is, you can kind of partner up and connect up and this and that. But one of the things that Prison Fellowship does, and there's other, I think you maybe do it here, I don't know, but there's an intentional element to it. And parameters or guidelines for how you partner up. And I think that really helps, so that when I go into a situation, say like Lino, I am the mentor. And then I'm assigned someone that is inside, and that is the mentee. I don't think that's the name they gave them. But you know the parameters then of the relationship. That I am to be like, the mentor is like a life coach, or an advisor, or a consultant, a supporter, and whatever else it goes on. But it's not a couple buddies getting together, although you sure can do that, for sure. This is more a guideline set up for the mentee. I'm to invest in that person for his benefit. And those help. So if you guys are doing that or whatever, to find someone, like usually it's someone that's older in the Lord, more mature in the Lord, been through maybe experiences they've had, that they can help, and they can speak into your life. And a lot of times it helps too when it's somebody that's not connected with anything. Although it must be working with your, what does it say, brother-in-law or something like that?
Yep.
Right. Because sometimes it's nice to have somebody that ain't connected with nobody. When I was young in the Lord, I found a pastor, and I was able to just go in and pour my guts off to that guy and say anything, and he wasn't connected at all with anything. And it was extremely helpful for me. Oh, it gets quiet when I stop talking. So I got a guitar here. We're going back into Lino a week from Friday. With like 300 guys in there. I'm all excited. We're at the State Fair, actually. I got a band. We're at the State Fair this Sunday, at the Crossroads Chapel. Anybody familiar with the Crossroads? You're nodding or you're nodding off, one or the other.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, he says. Well, I'll talk louder. Crossroads Chapel is a cool place. It's on Underwood, and it's right in the middle of stuff. It's by the kids' rides, and they have an outdoor stage there. And I've played there a long, long time too. The outdoor stage is only a few years old, so we're there at like 1, 3, and 5. And then one more thing, our band is playing. You might know about this, and I think it's called Repowered. No, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. It's a business / ministry. They've got a business of refurbishing computers and stuff.
One person.
0 for 2. By the way, the Twins are not playing tonight, so relax. Don't worry about that.
They're going right off of them.
Oh, the Gopher football team is playing, or something like that.
That's all tech dump. Tech dump, yeah. That's what I was.
Tech Dump, there you go. It was Tech Dump. And they now, I think they changed the name,
Really?
which is kind of working for me. And it's called Repowered, I think. And they have,
I used to work there, they actually just changed the name like 2 months ago.
okay.
Named, Repowered.
Yeah, they're doing an outdoor in the parking lot Saturday, September 10th. And our band is playing there. And they're gonna have a bunch of stuff. It's the first time they've done it, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's for guys in recovery or coming out of prison. But they're gonna have different booths and stuff. No, they're not gonna have a kissing booth, I don't think.
What hours?
That's 11 to 3. And I would much sooner sit down. I just don't want to stand up, all right? And a buddy of mine, he was he was picking these churches, and they just weren't working very good for him, you know? And and then he hears God say to him, well, how about if I pick the church this time? And that's kind of, is that thing on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna stay on YouTube forever, sir.
Let's start over again. So God says to him, how about if I pick the church this time? And I got to thinking about that, not necessarily with the church, but in the other areas of my life, right? Like, you know, who's making the decisions in my life here, right? And you know, I think God says to us, how about if you let me lead you? You know, right? But I thought of one scripture, you know, he will lead us in paths of righteousness. Right? So I got one song I want to do. Any questions on that, or something you'd like to say? Or?
Quick comment.
Sure.
Thank you for bringing up the mentor, because as men, not necessarily women, but as men, a lot of times we let pride get in the way, and we don't want other men in our business. But it's really liberating when the Lord brings somebody in your life that speaks truth into your life. I got a mentor. He was in ministry over 30 years. Pacific Garden Mission, that's a homeless shelter in Chicago. He was there for over 30 years. And this guy's just real. And he spoke. When I first got saved 2 summers ago, he was just telling me thing after thing, and it just everything that he told me came to pass. And so for men, we let that pride get the pride out the way, pray for a good mentor that's been in the ministry for a long time. It'll take you to that next level. And but a lot of times we just don't like to open up to other men. If you can find somebody you can trust, it's going to be liberating to you. So thank you for bringing that up, because I think that's Don's heart. He really want to match up a lot of guys from chain breakers with older spiritual leaders. So,
Okay, well, yeah, so then that could help, I think, with what I shared for to be intentional about some things.
yeah.
You have to, you have to let yourself do that, I guess. And you have to be intentional about it. Something else I was gonna say, and I can't think. I'll say this. You think of someone that was impactful, especially when you were young in the Lord, or even before you were saved, that the testimony in their life was a big deal for you, or it did something. Think of some, yeah, probably a number of them.
Well, so I like playing music too, right? And right when I heard you play up front here, with Jeff, I remember when I first started playing guitar, and then I sat down with a professional, and I got to just strum with it. And the music sounded so much better. That it just made me want to keep playing longer, so I would sound closer, better. And music's just another way of looking at it, but I'm wondering, for you, you've had to have some influences in music, but I would just say something similar to what Lordy said, is that when these men have spoken over in my life, and I've been mentored, or been willing to be mentored, because that's the other thing Lordy said, pride comes in the way. I've had it where I've missed opportunities by men who wanted to speak life into me, but I've been too stubborn or ignorant or prideful to it. But when I have sat down, man, the music of my life sounds better. You know what I mean? And I just remember, even when you started playing and then he sat down and started just soloing a little bit, I just laughed because that's exactly what we're supposed to do for each other. Yeah, similar to what Gordy said, is that, we're supposed to give our life away and serve other people, help other people with their lives, in Jesus' name.
And you have had an impact in other people's lives. And there's more coming. And I think it's one of the reasons the Lord disciples us, one of the reasons we're supposed to grow and get our doctrine right, is because God has people, and I think we could go around both ways, right? Ones that were impactful for you, but also how the Lord has used you in other people's lives. A lot of times we don't want to talk about that, but the Lord has used you, and there's more coming. That's, I think, one of the main things. And it's, I'm going to segue in. Watch this segue. And that's why by the way, you're the one that did the 800 things, right?
80.
Oh, there was only 80. Oh, all right. I thought you did 800. No, I think that's cool. That's one of the reasons why we fellowship, why we get together, why you guys were intentional about coming here, why you've made some kind of a commitment to get here, right? Because it's purposeful for you personally, but it's also purposeful for the people that you're here with. And I was kind of, my brain's just been with what to do here. And I got like all these songs going on, and I'm only going to get like a couple in here. But I think this one here, and so I got connected. It's called Feed My Soul, and it's like the reason why we get to church. There's a place I need to get to. There's a place I need to go, where the waters move and the rivers flow. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. And so we need to get together somehow with each other. And I got connected up with this church up in Clear Lake, Minnesota, through a friend of a friend of a friend and all that stuff. And it's up, I don't know if you know where Clear Lake is. You don't? You do?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! But
Pastor Gibson by any chance?
no. And you know where Clearwater is though? On 94, you go up to Clearwater on your way to St. Cloud, and you take a right and you go 5 miles and you know it's Clear. That's you get in Clear Lake. That's on Highway 10. There's a little white church there, right on the road. I've passed it a zillion times. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's 9 ladies in their 80s, and then one guy who was 94, and they're, well, maybe at one time that was, but that's not now. And they had a wonderful pastor that I ended up partnering with, who was raised as a Hutterite.
Hutterite?
He doesn't know that one. Okay, you got to go in the back room. No, Hutterite is like, there's the Mennonites, Amish, and the Hutterites. And so it's a closed community. And he was raised that way. Got saved. He's a wonderful teacher and speaker. I ended up partnering with that guy, and I was a worship leader for a couple of years there. So I just finished doing that, and I just loved going up there and hanging out with the people. It was just this group of people. We're just going in there, and we're just going to be together. And I ended up writing this song kind of on that theme of just those going up there. So it's called Living Waters. There's a place I need to get to, a place I need to go, where the waters move and the rivers flow. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. I'm going right through the doorway, up the stairs, down the roads, then come Holy Spirit. Come and take control. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. Yeah, to feed my soul. Oh, to feed my soul. Yeah, this crazy world sure can take its toll. Why don't you come on with me, fella? I got a place for you to go where you can let it shake, let it rattle, let it roll. Can I just say that? You need to get with the brethren to feed your soul. I'm gonna have to whistle. No other instruments here. No sax player. Remember the sax player? Should have brought him along, huh? Oh, to feed my soul. I gotta feed my soul. Yeah, this crazy world sure can take its toll. Yeah, there's a place I need to get to, a place I need to go where I can let it shake, let it rattle, let it roll. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. I need to get with the brethren to feed my soul. So I got one more here, and let's see what you think of this song. So I live. Okay. I live across the street from a park. Live in St. Paul. Highland Park in St. Paul. I live there all the time. And about 2 years ago, I noticed there's somebody swinging on a swing a lot. It's a industrial size swing by a grade school and stuff. Just a lot. And I didn't think nothing of it. And then this last summer, I like to take a walk, in the evening and stuff. And I just see this person on a swing a lot. And I'm wondering, well, what's going on there, You can kind of think, too, a lot, for an hour, or longer. And not just like this. It's like this. And so eventually I went over and I said hello to this person. And it's a gal that's in her early 20s. And I developed a rapport with her. And it's usually at night, so I think I waited until the daytime. The first time I went over there, I waited until it was the daytime. But I go over there at 10 o'clock at night, and we talk. Anyway, we're friends now. And I ended up writing a song for her. It's called "The Girl on the Swing." So it's kind of a lighthearted sort of thing, and in lieu of other instruments, I'll be whistling in this song, so prepare for that. So you heard our band inside, our sax player.
Oh, yeah. A lot of different saxes.
Yeah.
Flute.
Quick question.
Yep, right.
Did she tell you why she was on the swing all the time?
Yeah, I'll tell you, thank you, I'll tell you a little bit more. I was wondering what I was gonna get. I just thought some kind of special needs something, but she drives. And, it helps her with, to wind down and stuff, is what she said. And I haven't asked too much, because she's just the gal on the swing, right? And I'm just the guy walking over there. But, I went over kind of like I'm talking to you here now, as far as I'm meeting all you guys for the first time. That's how I addressed her. But she's quite sharp, been to college, and I think she probably has like autism. She said she has, or she might have mentioned she has ADD. But I just kind of blew past all that stuff. And I'm just an ambassador, I'm just the Lord's doing something. Who is, like, doing street ministry, right? Like, who somebody does that? Yeah, right, you gotta go out there and just start sharing and talking to people, right? Yeah, so that's what I did, and she's actually getting ready to go back to college, but it helps her with stuff, and so I was able to tell her that I wrote the song and play it for her. And she got it. She got the song. It was great. It was just like she got the whole thing. And I actually put it on. I have it on my Facebook page, and she showed it to her mom. And I was going to say early on when I said, "Well, how'd your day go?" She said, "My uncle died this morning." And I shared with her how my son had died. I have a son who OD'd 22 years ago. He was 30. And I get a phone call. And it was the year 2000. I get a phone call from a coroner. And there's probably somebody else in here that's lost a child. It's happening more, unfortunately. And so her and I, this gal on the swing, I still don't know her name, we shared together in a heartbreak that we had. We prayed. And God's doing something. God is working. Even when we think he ain't. And it's in the song. All right. I use the word ain't in a song. So there. All right. So I think I'm kind of ready. Any other questions on it? I'm going to try to do it by heart here. All right, here we go. I took a walk again tonight. I looked over to the right. There she is. She's doing her thing. And she goes up. She goes down. She goes back and comes around. Yes, it's her. It's the girl on the swing. 23, 24, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know, I can't tell, and I can't see. But she goes high, she goes low, she goes fast, and she goes slow. Like I said, it's the girl on the swing. When I go over, say hello, start to talk and try to show that I'm okay. I'm not crazy or insane. She goes up, she goes down, she goes back, and then she comes around. Like I said, it's the girl on the swing. Then one night she confides how a loved one had just died, and I shared how my son had just the same. Then we pray and we share in the heartbreak that we bear. Me and her, girl, on the swing. Yeah, she goes up, she goes down. As I'm standing on the ground, it's me and her, girl, on the swing. What I'm kind of trying to say, this picture I'm trying to paint, is that God is busy, even when you think He ain't. She goes high, she goes low, she goes fast and she goes slow. It's about all I know about the girl on the swing. In the day, in the night, I'll see her in my sight. Her feet are kicking, yeah, she's on another flick. In when it's hot, when it's cold, in the spring or in the snow, she'll be there. She's the girl on the swing. Yeah, she goes up, she goes down, she goes back and then she comes around. This is my song. She goes high, she goes low, she goes fast and then she goes slow. This is my song for the girl on the swing. Now I'm friends with the girl on the swing. It's nice to know the girl on the swing. I'm gonna pray for the girl on the swing. This is my song for the girl on the swing.
John the Revelator.
Yeah. So in the prison we do that. I'll have people come up in Walmart. Hey, John the Revelator. Yeah, we got a song called John the Revelator. I can do that one to end with you. If we got one more song, are we done? One more song? Sure. One more? Maybe that one. Maybe there's another one.
I want Jesus to walk with me.
Who knows? Who said that? Oh,
I like,
it's coming back.
oh yeah, it's coming back. That's it. Jesus.
I'll do John the Revelator, I guess. This one goes out to everybody that's been in Lionel Lake State Prison. Oh, that would be. Oh, yeah. Did you ever do the Q building on Fridays? Did you see us in there, Doc?
I probably did. That's 34.
You passed the 34? All right, well, then you saw us in there probably. You were in. This needs a band. Jeff, do you want to play along? You can't sit G minor. I'll follow you. Ladies and gentlemen, there are ladies here. I'll say that a line when there aren't any.
Making cards.
I'm gonna have to whistle again though. Well, maybe this guy, can you play leads? So it's capo 3, so it's an E minor, and then A minor is the other chord, and then B7. Okay. Now upon the Isle of Patmos, a man was cast one day. He was left alone to die. He began to pray. The Holy Ghost fell upon him. Yeah, the Spirit, it came down. He began to write about the things he saw. The Revelator's name is John. Here's the chorus. Tell me who's that riding? It's John the Revelator. Tell me who's that riding? It's John the Revelator. seventh seal. Yeah, I'm talking about John the Revelator saw Jerusalem a-coming down. Yeah, it was John the Revelator, and when he looked around, he saw a feet like a brass, eyes like a fire. He heard a great voice say, come up a higher, John the Revelator saw Jerusalem a-coming. Here's the chorus. Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
What's a John writing about? About the revelations and the book of the seventh seal. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, one more verse. We get real quiet now, all right? Well, you're already pretty quiet, aren't you? You can't get any quieter. All right, here we go. While in the spirit praying, I'm almost whispering. John turned around to see if the voice that he had heard was what it seemed to be. Just like many waters, a great trumpet sound. He said, I am the first and the last. The Revelator, he wrote it down. Tell me, who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
What's a John writing about?
About the revelations
And the book of the seven seals. Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
What's a John writing about? About the revelations and the book of the seven seals. Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
Tell me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
What's a John writing about?
About the revelations.
One more time. Oh, who's that a-riding?
John the
Tell
Revelator.
me who's that a-riding?
John the Revelator.
What's a John writing about? About the revelations and the book of the seven seals. About the revelations and the book of the seven seals. About the revelations and the book of the seven. Starts in chapter 5, all right? It would have been better if it started in chapter 7, right? It starts in chapter 5. And 7 seals, and then when the 7th seal shows up, something else happens. The first 6 seals were working all right for me, and then when I get to number 7, it's like, hold it. There's something else happens. But Revelation is kind of like that, right? Seals.
Amen. Hey, do me a favor. Play the hook for Girl on the Swing one more time. I got a little something for you. Just do the hook one more time to remind me, because now I got John the Revelator on my head. Just do the hook to Girl on the Swing one more time, because I had something for you.
I think I did. Well, hold everybody.
About the
Where are we
girl
going here?
on the swing. Here's what I was going to say. Next time you come back, bring the girl on the swing.
Well, we haven't gotten that far at all. She's only gotten off the swing once, and that was so I could sing this song. No, I'm have to. She goes high, she goes low, she goes fast, she goes slow. Like I said, it's the girl on the swing. Yeah, she goes up, she goes down, she goes back, and then she comes around. God sure loves that girl on the swing.
Amen. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Good to see ya. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to change your oil. Don't forget to change your oil. I did. Give another round of applause for our speaker today. Next time, bring that girl on the swing.